The 2018 Jeeps, Dodges, Rams, and Chryslers have been announced. All the information is out there. So where should we start? Should it be with this Jeep Compass, or maybe with something just a little bit stronger? So let's say that you're not one of the 3,300 people who's looking to buy a drag racing car with 840 horsepower. Then you might be interested in a minivan. And if you are, then the Pacifica really does come across as quite a deal when you compare it to Honda and Toyota. Essentially, Chrysler has priced it thousands cheaper than equivalents from Honda and Toyota, or added more content depending on your perspective. Now, I was able to take So I took out both the gasoline-powered and the hybrid-electric Pacifica at Chrysler's Chelsea Proving Grounds, and they have a big circle that we can drive fast on, some sharp turns that we can go around, we can do some acceleration, but the most fun was on the switchback course, which is 9 sharp switchbacks. That's very tight turns, so you have a road that just goes zigzagging, and you can get up to speed and then go around the turn. They generally recommend that you don't go faster than 30 miles an hour. So we took them out, and I found that the electric hybrid, seemed a lot more comfortable on the switchbacks, and it seemed to have a nicer ride, and the engine was more responsive. And the reason for the responsiveness would be because you've got the hybrid with the electric motors kick in immediately when you press the pedal, so you get an instant reaction. And then the gasoline motor takes up the slack when you want to go faster. The handling difference is because the hybrid has all that battery weight in the bottom, so any top heaviness that you would normally feel in a minivan is gone. But both the gasoline minivan and the hybrid seem to handle much better than the Caravan, which is an older design. The good thing about the Caravan is it's dirt cheap, it is very comfortable, and it's still a great buy here in 2017 and will be for another 2 years. What to do for 2018? They're rejiggering the option packages mostly, and little bits and pieces like that. Nothing major, basically continuing as planned. Here's the Ram 1500 Rebel. Really a surprisingly capable vehicle off-road. It's not a power wagon, but still pretty good. For 2018, you get leather, Connect 4, which gives you Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, your choice. Not really major changes, but it doesn't need major changes. There's an all-new truck coming in the 2019 model. At the other end of the sports spectrum from the Dodge Demon, we have the Fiat 124 Spider. Now, I can't tell you how much nicer this car is than a 6-speed manual transmission Dodge Dart with the same Fiat engine. The engine's been retuned so that you feel like you have a lot more low-end torque. The transmission is just wonderful to use. It's not bulky. It's easy to shift. It's just amazing. The clutch is very nice. The shifter feels good. It is just worlds above the Dart powertrain, which had technically the same engine and a very similar transmission. So this is basically Fiat powertrain in a mutually developed body, which I suspect was more developed by Mazda. And Mazda's version is the Miata. It's not turbocharged. Many reviewers have said that they prefer the Fiat. I haven't driven the Mazda myself, so I can't really judge, but I just love the Fiat 124. It is a fun car to drive. If I was in the market for a topless car, I would be looking at one of these. It is really just a lot of fun. Whether you're just driving around or commuting, or whether you're actually taking it out to a road course and driving real fast between the cones, it is just a fun little car. It's great on the switchbacks, and it's very easy to handle. This might look like a Demon, but it's actually a Dodge Challenger Hellcat wide body. It's got the usual Hellcat 707 horsepower engine. It doesn't have the Demon's 808 or 840 horsepower rating, but it does have larger tires than an ordinary Hellcat. You can see the fender flares are taken directly off the Demon, and it gives you improved handling and improved traction with the same engine that you've had before. A very nice package. If you want to go a bit faster than the Hellcat, this is the way to do it. What can we say? It's a 392 Hemi inside a Dodge Durango. It's like a Grand Cherokee SRT8 used to be, except that it's in a Durango. So you've got 3 rows of seats, and you've got a heck of a lot of power with all-wheel drive to put it to the ground. It's pretty hard to say no unless you've seen the price, which isn't all that bad, really. And then there's new Jeep Compass. It actually came in as a 2017, which confused a lot of people because there was already a 2017 Jeep Compass. The two share almost nothing other than 2.4 liter engine. And here it is at 2018, and the changes to this particular Jeep Compass are essentially that you get Uconnect 4 now, so you've got that Apple CarPlay and you've got the Android Auto. Backup system is standard because it's a federal law that it's standard, and you've got a new limited model that's available in front-wheel drive. Previously you had to get all-wheel drive to get a limited. So there's the Compass. It's supposed to be a very nice vehicle according to all the reviews. Personally, I found it to be quite nice. I drove it in Manhattan on pothole-laden streets, and it handled itself very well, and I took it off-road. And it handled very well off-road. I was actually surprised. It was somewhere between the Cherokee and the Renegade in terms of off-road prowess, in my humble and inexperienced opinion. It was actually quite nice to drive. It didn't have any problems on the off-road course at Chelsea, but of course if it had had problems, then they wouldn't have let me drive it there. That said, it's not an easy course, and the Compass really did quite well. I was impressed in any case. So the 2018 new model year announcements that come around September 1st are not really earth-shattering. You see that we have new trim options. We have Uconnect 4, so that you have faster processors, higher resolution screens, some new graphics that aren't earth-shattering, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto compatibility. It's all very nice. It's good to have. Right now behind us, in case you're wondering, you're watching Chrysler Pacifica's theater option, which allows kids to see the Are We There Yet game, assuming that you put your destination into the navigation system. It's a good year for Chrysler, really. We're going on into bigger years, and a lot of older products are soldiering on, but most of them are at the state where they're still competitive. They're more time-tested than obsolete, and they've got new features which keeps them refreshed and new. And of course you do have new cars. You've got the Fiat 124 Spider, which is quite nice, although a specialty vehicle. You've obviously got the Dodge Demon, which is really a specialty vehicle with Ferrari-type volumes. You've got the new wide-body Challenger Hellcat, which is also kind of a niche. And you've got the Jeep Compass, which is a huge, big seller across the world and is really a global car with numerous powertrains for local use in different places. In the United States, it's basically the 1.4 turbo and the 2.4 for now. In the next few years, we're going to see a lot of excitement around the Chrysler pipeline. There's a lot of new cars and trucks coming out that are interesting. And of course, you've got the PHEV Pacifica powertrain, which will be going into other vehicles. Obviously not exactly the same powertrain, but the same basic ideas. So right now, they've got it on one vehicle, but soon it'll probably be on the next generation Rams for people who care about fuel economy but need to drive a pickup. And it will probably end up on the Cherokee and numerous other cars, because that's how Chrysler is going to make their fuel economy numbers across the fleet. There's a lot of interesting new technologies. If you're not into the technologies, then there are all new cars coming. There's the shared G architecture, or Giorgio if you prefer. The first of that is the Alfa Romeo Giulio, the second is the Stelvio, but it is a corporate design. It is a corporate platform and architecture, and you will be seeing it in Dodges and almost certainly in Jeeps. So it's going to be interesting times in a good way. This is Allpar signing off.